So it's pretty early in the morning, really early for me. Most days this is when I go to bed, but with Aaron, we're gonna cannonball out to Missouri right now to pick up the next project. Good news is right now with the Rona, the roads are like empty, so we should make decent time out there and hopefully it makes a decent time back. The only thing that sucks is it's supposed to rain for the entire day. I mean, we're driving into the storm we're gonna be in it for the whole way back, so should be good. Alright, let's see if we can get a view of this truck up here, the smoke show that it's been giving us.
Looks like a Cascadia. Yeah, it is.
And figures, as we get near him, the smoke all stops. This thing has been pouring smoke from under the truck. For a second, it looked like it had a brake fire.
Yeah, it dumps its exhaust underneath. It could be from the exhaust.
Could be mid-regen.
Yes, it could be in an active regen.
Junk Cascadias. We're rolling out of Effingham, Illinois right now, so next stop for us will be St. Louis. Well, not really stop, but the next thing we drive through that's worth looking at will probably be St. Louis, which is going to be Aaron's first time to St. Louis. Unfortunately, we can't go do a damn thing. Look good from the traffic side, though, at least. Alright, we're crossing the Mississippi. So just over there would be St. Louis. Well, we got a couple buses. I see some bluebirds. There's an eagle over there.
There's like 4 or 5.
Yeah. Alright, we should be getting really close right about now. What's the GPS saying?
About 6 miles.
6 miles out. I just started seeing buildings and civilization again, so I figured we were getting close.
Jungle civilization in Missouri.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything in a little while.
Yeah, it's been mostly trees.
There's an airport.
Well, yeah, we're in the middle of the jungle. This is consistency of an Illinois highway.
This is a good Illinois highway.
I know. Ooh, yeah. 6.5? Really?
Yeah.
Neat.
Alright, we made it here. So as George calls it, this is the Dirty Dodge. It's a 98 Ram 3500. Oh, great wind. I'm going to hear that in the comments. 24 valve Cummins, 5-speed manual, 4-wheel drive. Now, the 4-wheel drive does not work right now because the front diff is empty. But I'm pretty excited. Now, we do have a bunch of parts coming with it, a bunch of interior pieces to get put back together. George also wanted me to point out that, like this stuff, that wasn't him. Quite a bit of this was the previous owner to him. He's done quite a bit of work to get this thing back to normal state, not rigged. But he's digging all the parts out right now. We're going to go through the spare parts pile that comes with it. But it looks like this is what we're going to be driving back. And this is what we're going to use to start hauling stuff down to Tennessee. Alright, so we're all loaded up. Stopped off at Tractor Supply real quick. We're going to grab some batteries for the walkie-talkies. I've got a ton of spare parts that came with it in the back and in the bed. George really hooked us up on this thing. Right up there on the top of the hill is his shop, and this is kind of the whole path the tornado took and continued that way. We walked around and saw some of that with him, but I'm pretty excited to get this thing back to the shop, get it up in the air. We'll figure out why the brake light and the ABS light are on and some little stuff like that, but I don't see anything on this truck that concerns me. We've got some interior panels to put on it. I'll get these door panels cleaned up. All the center console stuff is in here. Got my new parking brake for it. We'll have to get that looked at, but nothing I'm worried about at all. I mean, this thing, I don't think it's going to give us a bit of trouble. I'm excited for it. Well, we're running down the road with it, and so far, it's doing pretty good. Got a little bit of that second-gen loose steering, but same as my flatbed, so I'm not too worried. That rattle in the back is all my spare parts that are in the back seat, but so far, she's doing good. I'm excited. We're getting ready to get to the truck stop, so that'll be our first fuel stop. I'm going to fill this thing up, and that should be the only fuel stop I have to do to get it back to Indiana. There's a Swift truck up here on the side of the road. On the way out here, we saw it in the ditch. The truck had jackknifed and smashed the cab into the right side of the trailer in the ditch. Looks like they got it cleared up while we were gone. torn up. Well, we're coming up into St. Louis and now we're getting some traffic. Looks like there's some lights flashing up there. Well, we caught back up to the rain. It's not too bad yet, but we had a nice couple hour gap there without it. You guys can see this, but from my experience, typical Illinois road, pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. I lied. Nope, it gets worse. It's a lot worse. Wow, this road's not that good. Just stopped off for a minute to stretch our legs. Got to take a little bit of a detour to get back to the expressway, but well, that was pretty cool. Pickup right there getting pulled. Don't see many of those. We're almost back to Indiana. I think we're only a few miles right now from the state line. Truck's still doing great. That rattle from the back seat's getting annoying though with all those spare parts, but still worth it. We're almost back. I left at 7 a.m. It's 9:30 at night now. Only got a couple more miles till I'm home. But it's been going great so far. Still no issue out of the truck. At least no new issues. I mean, I'll do a video going around it of what we know needs to be done to it and stuff. I think one of the pressing things we're going to get going on this is I need to pull this transmission out and go through it. The third gear synchronizer is pretty much non-existent. Second's there, but it's a little stiff and it pops out of first if you don't hold it. But I mean, this is just a new venture 4500. It's nothing for me to take one of these out and go through them. It's pretty much a one-day job to pull it out, rebuild it, and have it back in the truck. We'll go over more of that probably in the next video on this. We're going to do a good walk around once we get it up in the air at the shop and look it over and, you know, go through what it needs. I mean, it's a work truck. I mean, it's going to need some work, but I mean, it made it all the way back, no problem. All right, well, we made it home. So now there are 3 Dodges here in the fleet. That's where we're gonna end it. I'm tired, it's been a long day, but it made it all the way back, no problem. So I'm probably not gonna do anything with it tomorrow. Probably Monday I'll take it into the shop. We'll get it up on the lift and check it out. I'll get a running list together of everything we're gonna need to get done to it before we start using it. But I'm happy with it. It was a great deal. I'm really thankful that we got this truck. George is probably the most honest seller I've ever dealt with. I couldn't say anything bad about this whole thing. I'm so happy with it. I know Dad's happy with it. So we're definitely going to put it to use. I think the plan is to hook this thing up once we get it gone through to Chris's gooseneck, and we're going to go start hauling equipment down to the property in Tennessee. And then I'll probably end up leaving this down there as soon as we get all the equipment moved. Because as you can kind of tell by my driveway, I don't really have room for another truck right now. So once we get it all fixed up, we'll get that stuff moved for Dad. Just go ahead and leave this one down in Tennessee.